Mr. Browning, thanks for coming in. From your email, I can tell that you were a bit upset and were wondering what was going on with your daughter, Alexi. So I'm going to let you voice your concerns and issues first, and then you can let me know where we want to go from here, okay? And maybe we can decide that together.
Well, it's fine. I'm glad you finally called me. Like, I'm just kind of tired of, I got no communication from you guys. None.
Right.
Right? I've been asking to come in for a meeting for a long time, and now we finally have a meeting. Like, you guys seem to get lots of vacation. I don't get any report cards. I don't get any communication. My ex and I, we don't communicate very well, so I have no idea what's going on with her. I don't even know if she can read, and I think they're supposed to be able to start reading now. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with you guys? Like, why, can you make a photocopy of 2 report cards? You know there's 2 families.
Yeah, that's more than fine. So maybe...
Or do I need to ask and set up a meeting every time and send an email and then wait 3 days for you to get back to me?
I don't think that's necessary. I think based on what we decide here today and what we talk about today, we can come up with a plan for dual communication that can work for everybody. So, you know, if you want to get the report card sent home to you as well, usually what happens, unless the parents have communicated to us that they want dual report cards sent home, we do send them home to the main parent on our contact.
Well, we're both the main parent, right?
Right. So you're just...
I just live in a separate residence. And we don't have good communication at home, and I understand that's our problem, but you guys, as the teachers, you're supposed to know.
Okay. So I understand your frustration, and I can feel that you're upset with it. The situation. So the only thing that we can do is try to rectify it at this point to make sure that that frustration doesn't continue into the future. Does that work for you? Is that an acceptable thing, or are you still, is there things that we can do to make up for what's happened?
I think if you guys have solutions so that this doesn't continue to happen, that would be fine with me.
Okay.
But
so it sounds like you're willing to make some changes with us, which is great. So what we're going to need to do is identify your communication information again, just maybe it's not in our computer system, and then I can add that into our secretary's information. The other thing is I need to know whether or not what's the best way to communicate with you. So you got a hold of me by email. Is that the best way, or do you prefer by phone?
Yeah, email is a good way, and I can give you my work and cell number as well.
Okay, and you work away from home, correct?
Yeah.
So is there a time period when it's best to get a hold of you, or is it fine to get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me anytime, and I'll work around trying to get back. Sometimes it's not right away, but if there's a concern, I'll make sure I'm there. So.
Okay. And in that mailing package, you'll receive things like Alexi's homework calendar and invitations to parent-teacher interviews and things like that. So
now, if I can't make one, can we set up something separate?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I can't make it to the ones where you guys set up the time. I can't make it up to the scheduled ones. So.
Yes, of course. So if you're unable to make it for a scheduled parent-teacher interview, then you're welcome to get a hold of the teacher and come up with a plan for after school or before school, whatever works best for you and for the teacher.
Okay, that works.
Okay. It probably will not be later into the evening, but after school, and you're off when you're home anyway, yeah. Right? So that might work. The other thing is, if you are home for scheduled parent-teacher interviews, would you prefer to have them separately from Alexi's mom?
I would prefer that. I can do either way, so we can be functional when we need to be, but I would prefer to do things separately when I can.
Okay. Do we need, is there anything else that you'd like to discuss in terms of that issue?
I don't think so. Is she doing okay? She,
Yeah. Everything's, we can go over her report card, after we leave here if you like, but everything's, great. She's got great social skills. Her, she's keen to learn. Some things you could be doing at home would be to, utilize, cards, flashcards with
Okay.
sight words. She's gonna be, this is getting to the end of kindergarten now, so she'll be heading into grade 1 next year where, reading is gonna be the #1 goal.
Mhm.
So starting that process at home always makes it easier for kids to jump to that level, when they get to grade 1. So that might be something that you'd like to do with her at night if you're looking for things to do.
Okay.
You can get them online, you can get them through,
Is
do
there
you have-
apps? And,
yeah, so
Okay.
I was just gonna ask, if you have an iPhone or an iPad, there's great apps for flashcards as well.
Okay.
So I wouldn't go overboard with it, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes a night, right?
Okay, that works well because we do lots of activities and stuff too, right?
Right.
So, okay.
So when you can fit it in, and just start with your basic words, and if you get one of those apps, or if you buy like a box of flashcards at the dollar store, they'll have like the specific sight words that kindergarten to grade 1 should start to look at.
Okay.
So that's something that could be worked on. Her recognition of letters is good. She's sounding out her letters very well. She's keen to learn, so she'll ask us to write words down so that she can rewrite them. And when it's a letter day, so we do weeks where we have a letter. So last week was M week, and she likes to find out all the different words that start with M, and she'll come back from home with different M words. So you've probably seen her or heard her do that at home as well, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So anything else that you'd like to discuss today?
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry I was upset. I felt out of the loop, and I just, like, I have a vested interest in how she's doing at school, right? I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page, and
No, and I don't think you were by any means angry or frustrating to me. So it was more, we were concerned that you were so frustrated. We don't want any of our parents to ever feel like that, right? So it's great that you're involved, Dad, despite the fact that you work away, which is tough, right? So
Mhm.
we'll try to make that connection with you more, and having your contact information, and the best way to get to a hold of you is good information to have, right? So thanks for coming in and letting us know, and we're sorry that it took so long for us to get back to you.
no, it's okay. Moving forward, this is a good plan, so I
Okay.
appreciate the time and
Okay,
communication.
okay,
Take care.
thanks for coming in.